Hello and welcome back to another episode of Into the 99, where we've got 99 cards, because Commander's number one. I am one of your hosts, Daniel. I'm joined with both Slothy and Brian today. Slothy, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing pretty well, thanks. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. I just woke up from a nap. We usually record earlier than this, and this is my bedtime. So,
yeah, fair enough.
No, other than that, really good. We got lots of games in last night. Brian was out playing, and they were fun games, right, Brian?
The salt had turned my stomach.
Yeah, Brian, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I did enjoy the games with Dean last night. I haven't played against Stacks in quite some time, and
Connor made me laugh last night. My brother, we were playing with him, Brian, Brian, Connor, Dean played for a long time last night, and Connor's just like, I'm used to maybe Dean playing Stacks. He's like, but the three of you playing Stacks was just too much.
What were you playing there, Dan?
I was playing things like Thalia and the Get Raw, just annoying stuff like that.
Nice.
Yeah, I was having a nice time. I was gonna put together an Ariette, but I was tired yesterday after work, so
yeah, I started building that.
Some really cool commanders have come out of this set.
Mm-hmm.
I like that card that I pulled yesterday for Ariette.
Yeah, in your list.
Mm-hmm.
We decided we'll take a minute or two to actually take a breather. We've got the face-to-face event coming up. So rather than just rush into these decks and give you guys substandard deck lists that are rushed, we want to just go with a few that we've been meaning to get off the docket.
There's been so many.
Right?
How can you even get through all of them even before, like, a new set releases?
Well,
that's the neat part. You don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Surprise.
Surprise. We're going to 6 episodes a week.
Perfect.
Right?
Hey, if you can feed my kids, by kids, I mean my cats.
Mao. So I really, really liked the team up commanders, and we haven't really got a chance to get into them, but I love them. The team up commanders are such a cool concept. It's friends and enemies working together, which is really how a lot of EDH games should go while you try to beat your opponents, right? Talking to the table is a great time. So I wanted to...
For some reason, like Captain Planet pops into my head. By our powers combined.
By our powers combined, we are still angry at Dean. It's like I said, the team up commanders were such a cool concept, and we've got like Azor and Elenda together in this deck, right? Azor's like the Azorius law mage kind of thing. We've got Elenda, which is like the noble vampires there. She's kind of revered as a god to them.
And Azor being a giant sphinx.
Yeah. Azor the Lawbringer. He's in the deck too.
I think he should.
Yeah, I think Elenda. No, I didn't put Elenda in the deck because this was a hard list to cut down, because this one's pretty simple to pilot. You can really, really cut the list down if you cut 1 or 2 cards. We'll get to those. But I just want to talk about what these commanders are and why I liked them so much. So Elenda and Azor is 3, 1 white, 1 blue, 1 black. For a 6/6 Vampire Knight Sphinx. That's pretty cool tribes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
We have Flying, we have Ward 2. That's wicked. We've got Evasion twice.
Love those stats.
Yeah. We have an attack trigger. When Elenda and Azor attacks, you may pay X, white, blue, black if you do draw X cards. Now, generally, that's where a commander like this stops, and that's where it becomes kind of weak, right? Because you want to put as much mana as you can into that draw ability, obviously, to take full advantage. But then you have no other creatures, and you're kind of stuck building Pillow Fort, right? All your mana is going into this draw ability, so you don't have mana for your other spells. And this commander's solving that. So we have at the beginning of each end step, not just yours, each, you may pay 4 life. If you do, you create a number of 1/1 white, or sorry, not white, 1/1 black vampire knight creature tokens with lifelink equal to the number of cards you've drawn this turn. This is just such a strong ability.
Yeah, absolutely.
This got out of hand when I was running the test games with this. I just really, really liked this commander because the draw's stapled in, right?
Yep.
So I went really, really hard into mana rocks. You are not going to have trouble casting a thing in this list. Nearly a quarter of the whole deck list is mana rocks.
Mm-hmm.
Because I
could just see, like, I could even see, like, because I semi know how you built it because I got to see it in a gameplay. I'm just like, if you could also see it being built around forcing other people to draw, and like I'm thinking Consecrate Sphinx, force myself to draw. and then trigger that ability.
Even with a Consecrated Sphinx, these are life-linking vampires. Even if you draw your 2 and every time they draw and you pay 4 life, you're still getting 2 power of life linkers minimum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll jump into this like thick section of artifacts because it's a big chunk of the deck here. Take us away.
So we're starting off with Bonder's Ornament, 3 colorless. Tap it, add 1 mana of any color. You can pay 4 and tap it, and each player who controls a permanent named Bonder's Ornament draws a card.
Yeah.
Hey, group hug if you're playing Bonder's Ornament.
Yeah, right?
Bonder's Tribal. Then we've got Charcoal Diamond, 2 mana, enters tapped and can tap for black.
Yeah.
Love it.
Nice, simple. This section is really, really budget. For a mana ramp section, you're pretty good here.
Yeah. The total is like 2650.
Yeah. We have a Commander Sphere. 3 mana, you tap, add 1 mana of any color, your commander's identity, and draw a card. I really like these things that let me draw a card on another turn if I need to, so I can make those vampires later.
Mm-hmm.
The utility in it, especially like late game, you're like, oh, like I'm maybe needing to look for like a response to something or some way that I can get a kill off. You can then start sacrificing all of these mana rocks late game to be able to get that additional draw.
Truth.
Mm-hmm.
The next card we have is Crowded Crypt, 2 and a black artifact. I've never seen this card before. Tap it to add 1 black. Whenever a creature you control dies, put a corpse counter on Crowded Crypt. For 2 black, tap it, sacrifice Crowded Crypt, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token with Decayed for each corpse counter on Crowded Crypt. That's pretty neat.
This one really put in work in the pre-con it came in.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of like The Walking Dead, all the hands like coming out of the door.
What's nice about
dead open inside.
What's nice about this is you're going to net so many vampires, and people are going to obviously want to board wipe you.
Mm-hmm.
And this makes it real scary to board wipe.
Please, they'll all come back.
Well, yeah, exactly. Well, if you board wipe, you're basically doubling the power. Their raw power is 1/1. Now they're up to 2/2s. And angry.
And Decayed is
a creature with Decayed can't block. When it attacks, you sack it at the end of combat. But basically, it's like a final. Like I'm gonna get you for board wiping me.
I'm gonna get you.
I like it's a nice little vindictive.
Next one we've got here is Darksteel Ingot, 3 mana. It's got Indestructible, and you can tap it for 1 mana of any color.
Yep.
Yeah. Nice and fair.
I never see this. I could probably use so many, like a whole lot more.
Like I said, this whole section's mana rocks because we really, really want to. I want to trigger that attack every time. This is not a commander. If you don't want to attack people and you think it's mean to, don't do that. You should constantly be vampire attacking people and Elenda and Azor. Whatever, it doesn't matter who they are. There's your friend stuck on 3 mana. Boo hoo, you're getting bonked with 6 Sphinx damage because I want to draw cards. Yeah, it's so I would let you draw if I could, but it's me who draws. Sorry. Best I can do is make 60 vampires.
Maybe my vampires can help you out.
Yeah, right. We've got our Dimir Locket, 3 mana, tap to add a black or a blue, and then it has the 4, like the quadra hybrid of black and blue. You can sack it, draw 2 cards. Again, really nice if you need to catch up in vampires and you need some last minute blockers.
Mm-hmm.
Ruth. And then we have the Dimir Signet, which is 2 colorless, and you can pay 1 and tap it and add a blue and a black.
Then we've got Firemind Vessel, 4 mana. It enters tapped, and you can tap for 2 mana of different colors. I like this one.
I also like this one, just a bunch.
It's just fun.
Well, it mana fixes pretty well, right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And especially when you got a deck that's like 3 or more colors. It's insanely helpful.
Right?
I could probably use a few of these too. I don't think I've seen this.
The Firemind?
Or it's been a very long time.
Fireminder?
Yeah.
That was from War of the Spark. It just got reprinted, but they're shockingly out of stock. I don't know why.
Damn.
Yeah, I took all of them. Firemind.
No, why?
It's been one of my favorite rocks for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Especially on a nice game. If you can turn 2 this, turn 1 Soul Ring, turn 2 Firemind, you're in a really good position to go into turn 3, raw 6 mana, cast your Azor and
having doubled the mana for what turn it is,
yeah.
And then what turn 4 is bonking people.
Yeah, you bonk on turn 4, you draw 7 cards. We're all happy.
Yeah.
That's the person that got bonked.
A really, really nice one in this deck, just so you know, would be a Blink Moth Urn. Just that free mana from all the artifacts would be good, but no one's got Blink Moth Urn right now. There's artifacts are all the rage.
Mm-hmm.
They're always the rage.
Speaking of the rage, I think you'd like this next one, Brian.
The General's Kabuto, 4 colorless. It's an equipment. Equipped creature can't be the target of spells or abilities. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to equipped creature. And equip for 2. Yes, I would.
Yeah, it's again. Then you can just indiscriminately swing.
Yeah.
Should be the Commander's Kabuto.
True, right? I would love Commander's plates, but again, they shockingly didn't print that in Commander Masters, which was a weird thing to do.
Flex.
Very weird flex, yeah. We also have a Howling Mine because I made the deck, and it doesn't matter the list. I would put it in no matter what. I could be like, this is mono red goblins. This is my mono red goblins Howling Mine.
It's just such a universally good card.
Yeah.
If you don't have it, well, you are in draw and you want that additional draw. But yeah, I find it very handy because most times you just want that additional gas.
Yeah, I just can't say enough about Howling Mine. The mine's riches never end, nor do the moans of the spirits doomed to haunt them. It's me.
Daniel's
it's me. They're my moans, and I never stop.
We need to get an alt art where the mountain or the entrance to the mine there is just Dan's face.
Just
next up, we've got Letter of Acceptance. 3 mana. You can tap it to add 1 mana of any color, or pay 2 and tap it to sacrifice and draw.
You're a wizard.
You're a wizard, Daniel.
True. I really liked that the flavor text of this kind of foretold what was happening in the story right now. It's the letter unfolding, inviting the twins to Strixhaven. Will saw a chance for arcane study. Rowan saw a chance for power.
Yeah, it fits.
Then we have the Liqui Metal Torque, 2 colorless. Tap to add one colorless. Tap it, or target non-land permanent becomes an artifact in addition to its other type until end of turn. I really enjoy these cards.
Mm-hmm.
I just like this as a nice little mana rock too, right?
I guess I never actually thought of it as a mana rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't use it for the other utility at all, and this is just a 2-drop because I want to trigger as much. I really want my commander on the field as fast as possible, and I want to be swinging.
Mm-hmm.
Like turn 2, I want to, even if I just have 6 raw mana, turn 2, I want to at least trigger 3 draws.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right? We also have a Marble Diamond, a nice, easy 2 mana, comes into play tapped. You add a white, play as a mana source.
And then we've got the Orzhov Signet, 2 mana. You can pay 1 and tap to add white-black.
Then the Phyrexian Atlas, 3 colorless. Tap to add 1 mana of any color. And corrupted, when Phyrexian Atlas becomes tapped, each opponent who has 3 or more poison counters loses 1 life. But you're obviously not using that ability.
Don't care about the poison counters one bit. We want mana.
The art on that card is stunning.
It's really cool. I would love a big full art one like the Karn one back there.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Playmat.
Huh?
Playmat.
That would be a nice playmat too.
Mm-hmm.
We have this Prismatic Lens, 2 mana. You tap to add a colorless, or you can filter your mana, 1 tap, add 1 mana of any color.
Weren't you talking about this yesterday? Or I feel like there was someone that was talking about this card the other day.
No, I think you're thinking of Connor playing the Scarecrow to filter mana.
Oh, maybe. The next one, obviously, Sky Diamond, 2 colorless, comes into the battlefield tapped, and you can add one blue to the mana pool.
Then we've got good old Soul Ring. Pay 1, taps for 2.
Should be banned.
Never.
No.
That's one of the things definitely that should have been like printed more. It's not.
Orange?
There's not enough. Yeah, they were scarce in the packs. We have the Spectral Searchlight, 3 mana. Choose a player. That player adds 1 mana of any color they choose. This could be Group Hug.
Yeah.
Are you playing a group hug?
It could be. That could
Depends
be.
on his position at the table.
You tell me.
Yeah. Depends. Depends. Do you let me bonk you with Azor?
No, that's what happened the other day.
Yo, Sphinx about it. Womp womp womp.
Yeah, Okay, hit the sound bar.
Nope.
Goodbye, guys. I'll see you later.
I just hear both of bloop, bloop. It's good, clean fun.
Obviously, with all that card draw, Thought Vessel, 2 colorless, you have no maximum hand size. You can tap to add 1 colorless.
Then we've got Thran Dynamo, 4 mana, taps for 3.
Also good. We have a Transmorgan Altar, 3 mana. You pay a black, sack a creature, add 3 colorless, or 2, sack a creature, create a 3/3 colorless zombie artifact creature token, activate only as a sorcery. If you have the budget for it, a Phyrexian Altar or Ashnod's Altar are much better in the place of this. But
I like that ability though. You can put your own stuff into the Crowded Crypt with that card.
yeah, but again, you could still also with the Ashnods, right?
Or Altar of Dimension.
Yeah, that's very true too. Mill people.
Altar would also be good.
And then the last one that we have in here is Worn Powerstone, 3 colorless. Warren's Power Stone enters the battlefield tapped, and you can tap to add 2 colorless to your mana pool.
Yeah. Like I said, a very, very thick segment of just mana rocks. Pretty much nothing but.
A lot.
I think there's only...
Oh, go ahead, sir.
Oh, I'm just looking through. Yeah, there's like 2 cards in here that don't tap for mana.
Yeah, and one's Howling Mine, which should tap for mana. Could you imagine if they just reprinted Howling Mine the exact same way, but let me tap it so that I could control if people got the draw? I would be in charge of the group hug. I'd have such a dilemma. I'd put it in every deck still. I was gonna put I thought about putting in Swiftfoot Boots and Lightning Greaves and stuff, but again, my commander having haste doesn't really matter because I'm dumping this out the moment it can. I'm all aggression with this deck. You got a counter spell? You probably got me. You probably got me there, but but you know what I mean? So I'm already out of mana. I'm not dumping this down for 9, paying 1 to equip, or dumping it in for 6, paying 1 to equip, and then even paying 4 more. Like, you know, I'm not going 11 mana deep to draw 1 card. I'll brainstorm at that point.
Yeah.
So
That makes sense.
let's do our creatures. We got not very many of them.
Only another 4th of your deck.
First creature we got is the Alms Collector, 3 and a white for a 3/4 cat cleric with flash. If an opponent would draw 2 or more cards, instead you and that player each draw a card.
Cat
Works well with
cleric.
Howling Mine.
Cat cleric. Mao.
Very fair.
There is no justice when some profit and others go without.
Wow.
Mao.
Do you want your
No,
do
you
want
got
your
you
boy,
got to take
Dan?
it, Brian.
So we have Azor, the Lawbringer, 2 white and 2 blue. Legendary creature Sphinx, flying. When Azor, the Lawbringer, enters the battlefield, each opponent can't cast instant or sorcery spells during that player's next turn.
That should
When
be in your
Azor-
Brago.
Oh, no one attack. Or no one can cast.
Yeah, because
anything.
you just keep blinking it in and out, so no one could cast instants and sorceries until.
So you want them
Well, I
to.
say so. And then whenever Azor attacks, you may pay X, a white, and 2 blue. If you do, you gain X life and draw X cards, and it's a 6/6.
On theme for what we want.
I mean, yeah.
We have this Blood Artist, 1 and a black, a 0/1 vampire. Whenever it or another creature dies, target player loses 1 life, you gain a life. This deck is also kind of a pseudo vampire deck. There's some good vampires in it, and you make a lot of vampire tokens, so
There's a lot of vampire lords, so I could get that.
Yeah.
you could make this a
Yes.
vampire deck, like just a vampire deck, very easy, and still have it be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Next one we've got here is Corpse Knight. It is white and a black for a 2/2 zombie knight. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent loses 1 life.
This can kill
Pretty-
everyone really
pretty
fast.
solid. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I get to a
I
point where
can see it.
I draw 10, I pay 4 life at the end step, and I drain 30 damage across the table. Ouch.
Yeah.
What's a big turn?
A little bit of yikes.
The next card I do enjoy is Daxos, Blessed by the Sun, 2 white. Legendary enchantment creature, Demigod. Daxos' toughness is equal to your devotion to white. And whenever another creature you control enters the battlefield or dies, you gain 1 life. I love the double trigger.
Yep. This one's rough too. Defiant Bloodlord. 5 double black for a 4/5 flying vampire. Whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. And again, we're making life-linking vampires. It's kind of gross.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit surprised that you don't have veto, but I can.
Again, this was a hard list to cut
tight
down
list.
because I really, really wanted to draw. Like, again, almost a quarter of my deck being mana rocks isn't an accident.
I just stumbled upon these guys, I swear.
I needed it desperately. I needed that mana so badly. I was thirsting for it.
Next one we've got here is Gix, Yawgmoth Praetor. 1 double black for a 3/3 legendary Phyrexian Praetor. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to one of your opponents, its controller may pay 1 life, and if they do, draw a card. And 4 triple black, discard X cards, exile the top X cards of target opponent's library. You may play lands and cast spells from among them without paying their mana cost.
Gross.
Now, hear me out.
Okay.
Hear me
Don't
out
like
here.
it when it starts with this.
Hear me out here. We could really draw a lot of cards in this, so it's pretty easy to discard 50 cards because the X isn't mana; it's just 7, and we can hit 7 mana in our deck, no problem. We can hit 7 mana like it's nobody's business. So if we can discard like 50 cards and go Brian's deck deep 50 cards in, and play his lands and cast spells, that's great.
Without paying their mana cost. Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, we can really, really go deep and see what's what in there.
I like that this isn't until end of turn you can play lands and cast spells.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, right? I really, really wanted Gix just for that discard ability because that's such a... again, we're not short on mana on this at all. Like it's a lot of... With how much... It's a draw deck. You're not going to miss land drops, really. Maybe you'll be like mana out a few games, but there's a lot of draw in this deck. So having these things to dump my mana into, my commander, my Gix, even the next card, is really, really fun. Like the next card, Brian, please take that one away.
We have Jazal, a Goldmane, 2 white, legendary creature, Cat Warrior.
Wow.
First strike. Wow. First strike, 3, 2 white. Attacking creatures you control get +X until end of turn, where X is the number of attacking creatures. Too many.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Again, we've got 10 vampires that are all now 10/10 lifelinkers. I'll pay that for life. I'll pay that all day.
Yeah. And then I gain 30 life, or I gain how much ever life, and then Defiant Bloodlord someone to death.
Right? We've also got this Knight of Dawn's Light. 1 and a white for a 2/2 human knight first strike. If you would gain life, you gain that much +1 instead. Again, solid with our 1/1 vampires.
Mm-hmm.
And 1 and a white, it gains 1/1 until end of turn.
Yeah.
Phyrexians destroyed my village, but they could not break my hope. He's fighting alongside some of them here.
Freedom!
Next one we've got here is Linden, the Steadfast Queen. Triple white for a 3/3 legendary human noble with vigilance, and whenever a white creature you control attacks, you gain 1 life.
Oh, long time no see there, Lyndon.
Yeah, I took this one from Brian. I discovered it in his pile.
It's a shame it doesn't trigger with the vampires, but still incredibly solid.
Yeah, right? I wish...
Oh, yeah, because they're black vampires.
Yeah, I know. But I really just like the ability of just that passive life gain. Because again, we got to pay 4 life, right? It's not much to make up, but I just like having that. I think Linden had a nice place in the deck because of it.
Do you know who can help make your vampires white?
Painter.
Your brother was Bob Ross.
Yeah, Painter Servant. Yeah. Again, Linden's a pet card to me. I really, really just like Linden. I ever since it's been like released, I love the art. I love the effects. So I put Linden in basically every deck I can. If I'm playing life gain
on her is amazing.
Yeah, if I'm playing life gain, it's just a pet card that goes in the deck. And like Slothy said, it's not going to trigger vampires. You could replace it with something else. But I just really, really like Linden. I just love that trigger. So that's why.
You've still got 12 creatures that will trigger Linden, including your commander.
I was going to say, and the commander. But again, to me, it's a pet card. I just really like its ability.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love. I'm going to take this one too as well. I also love this reprint, dropping this down like that. Oh, you don't know how happy it's made me. $1.79 on this card. We've got Mangar the Diplomat. 3 and a white for a 2/4 human cleric with lifelink, again on theme. Whenever an opponent attacks with 2 creatures, if 2 or more of those creatures are attacking you and or planeswalker you control, draw a card. Whenever an opponent casts their second spell each turn, draw a card. So again, really, really easy to be able to. They go to declare attack. They attack me. They already drew 2, or they cast 2 spells. I drew a card. They go to attack me and declare attackers. I can't pay till end step, but still lets me make my vindictive vampires at the end.
Mm-hmm.
The next one here I do enjoy is Marauding Blight Priest, 2 in a black, a vampire cleric. Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life.
Yeah.
All the life loss.
That's a
next.
heavy metal flavor text really quick. I hadn't read that.
Yeah.
Brian, please.
Vampires.
The vampires never had gods. We followed our blood chiefs. Now they are gone. What is left? Destruction and death. Any friends? That is enough.
Destruction and death, my friends. That is enough.
Oh,
I'm gonna use that in a song.
That's heavy metal.
Yeah, I really like that.
Yeah, you go ahead with the next one, please.
Sure. Yeah, this next one's an absolute house in this deck. Mirror Entity, 2 and a white for a 1/1 shapeshifter with Changeling. You can pay X. Until end of turn, creatures you control have base power toughness XX and gain all creature types.
you're good.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Bong.
Ouch.
With the amount of ramp and stuff in this deck, I don't see it being less than a lot most times.
Yeah. Dropping
Less than a lot.
dropping this down is going to
Oh.
hurt.
Yeah, that's like a kill on sight card.
Yeah, you can't let me you got to counter that one for sure. I get
Not
it.
even a destroy. It is, and you have to exile that. Get it out of here.
No, you have
Yeah.
to. Even still, I can respond. You got it. That's got to die on the stack. Whoops. We also have this Pippin, Guard of the Citadel. 1 white, 1 blue. It is, sorry, my list moved. Vigilance Ward 1, 2/2. Tap it, another target creature you control gains protection from the card type of your choice until end of turn. Great commander protection.
Yeah.
Card type, interesting.
Yeah, again, we can make it so you got a flyer? That's fine. I'm coming at you. Pro creatures.
That's really neat,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah,
I like
you
that.
got a Path of Exile? That's fine.
Pro instance.
Instance.
Yep.
I like that.
The next one you have here is Quiza, Augur of Agonies, 1 white, blue, black. Legendary creature, Cephalid Advisor. Whenever you draw a card, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. That could be a cool commander too.
I have that one as a
Mhm.
commander. It's very fun. A different deck because again, this one wants to mana ramp so much. The other one, you just everything's draw.
Yeah.
This is like almost half the deck budget. Go ahead, Slothy. Yeah.
Yeah, we got Shieldred the Apocalypse. 2 double
yeah.
black for a 4/5 legendary Phyrexian Praetor with Death Touch. Whenever you draw a card, gain 2 life, and whenever an opponent draws a card, they lose 2 life.
Yeah, that one's rough.
When I was growing up, I always assumed that the foils were always more expensive than the non-foils, but here's $5 difference on the non-foils.
Probably. This one, it's gonna just keep going up. It's too early to
100%.
reprint it, and it's too good to not be used. That's huge life gain for us, and that's just passive. I don't even care about you guys losing life when you draw. It's just how much I'm going to gain.
Yeah.
You know, I dump 10 into X, I gain 20 life. We're looking good.
I feel like with the amount of life gain you've put in this deck, it could be very easy to go a Aether Flux route with this commander as well.
Oh, I totally agree. Yep. This, like I said, there's a lot of ways to build this. I really wanted to just mana sync. I love to mana sync, but just as a passive life gain commander, yeah, you'd be up there really, really fast. And then if you wanted to go more of a life gain route, you'd put your Rock's Faith Menders in, that kind of stuff, your Alhamerit's Archive, which Alhamerit's Archive would be a house in this. Like I said, look, maybe you could cut Linden for Alhamerit's Archive, but I leave my pet cards in. We've got
Coming
Soul.
from the guy telling me to get rid of my Smothering Tithe.
No, you're not doing it because you love Smothering Tithe. You're doing it because it's a good card. Unshackle
Smothering Tithe.
yourself, old man. Learn to build with new things. No one sees the stuff I'm playing coming. Not even me.
Very true.
I don't even
If it
know
ain't
what's.
broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, I don't even know what's in the decks half the time. We have Soul Warden. It's 1 white for a 1/1. Whenever another creature enters, you gain 1 life. Again, just great for us making so many tokens.
Then we have Soul Attendant. I got caught up reading Soul Warden's flavor text. Soul's Attendant, 1 white. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, you may gain 1 life. I love the Soul Sisters.
Yep.
Mhm. Then we've got Suture Priest, 1 and a white for a 1/1 Phyrexian Cleric. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may gain 1 life. And whenever a creature enters the battlefield under an opponent's control, you may have that player lose 1 life.
Love it.
I want to see you kill somebody with this card. When they cast 1 creature, they've got 1 life.
That's fun. We have Villas as well, and we have a deck where we're paying life. So Villas goes in the deck. 5 triple black for an 8/8 demon with flying. 1 black, you pay 2 life, target creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn. Very, very good way to use your life to get rid of annoying things like an Avacyn, indestructible kind of things, whatever. But also, whenever you lose life, you draw that many cards. So it's really, really nice to be able to, again, we want to trigger our draws as much as we can. So even on an opponent's turn, I save 5 black mana. I lose 10 life. I pay 4. So like I lose 10 life, I'll draw 10 cards from that 10 life loss, and then draw 10 from that, and then at the end step make like 10 vampires with lifelink. Pretty good.
Once again, with Aether Flux, pay 50 life, make 50 vampires.
Bonk. Right?
Bonk.
Oh, man. And then they come in and you gain 50 life if you have even one of the Soul Sisters out.
Yeah, we really passively gain just a crazy amount of life. And that's, again, I just like to flood the board with tokens. I'm a simple man. I just like tokens on the field. I think it's fun. Do I bring tokens? No. Do I bring dice to represent the tokens? Also, no. I'm not a good person to have in your playgroup, but Brian brings them. Brian brings the dice. If we're playing here, where we play often, I got dice for days. We're good then.
Everybody find yourself a Brian.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that what you're trying to say here, Dan?
Hey, that's just life advice in general. Everyone find Brian. Brian's a good guy.
Yeah. We love Brian.
Yeah, I'll finish this last one too. We've got Zulaport Cutthroat, 1 and a black for a 1/1. When it or another creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Again, this makes board wiping me terrifying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have 100 vampires. Board wipe.
Good game.
Yeah, it's bad time for you.
GLHF.
Good luck. Have fun.
Start us off with our very budget enchantment section of $9.90. Woo!
Okay. This one I absolutely love. Dictative Crewfix. 1, 2 blue, enchantment, flash. At the beginning of each player's draw step, that player draws an additional card. I have this nice foil one. Love it. Like, it looks so good.
Dictate's so cool. Like I've said, I keep saying it on episodes. It's really fun to do the list because then the cards are giant on our screen while we're looking. Mm-hmm. And I like seeing flavor text that I just never see, and I like seeing just big artwork.
Yeah, there's a lot of little details that you just don't notice when you're just holding the card in front of you.
Yeah, right?
Got to get in there with the magnifying glass.
We've got Etchings of the Chosen. 1 white and a black. As it enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Creatures of the chosen type get +1/+1, and you can pay 1, sack a creature of the chosen type. Target creature you control gains indestructible until end of turn.
Absolute monster card.
Mm-hmm.
What's the creature type? Sphinxes?
Vampire. Make your vampires an extra 1/1. You have an endless amount of vampires to sack to make your commander indestructible.
Yeah.
It's mean.
I love tokens.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of tokens, we have Inspiring Leader because you gotta.
Such a good card.
Huh?
Such a good card.
It's such a good card. 2 and a white. It's a legendary enchantment background. Commander creatures you own have creature tokens you control get +2/+2.
I picked up this feat with my D&D character.
Nice.
Yeah, give everyone temporary hit points. I likes it.
Your family needed a farmer, so you tilled. Your town needed a fighter, so you trained. When your people needed a leader, you knew what you had to do. Hit them with 100 vampires. That's how I lead.
4/4 vampires.
That's my political platform is life-linking vampires. But what will this do for the common folk? Silence!
They're livestock. This one is fantastic as well. Teferi's Ageless Insight. 2 blue. If you would draw a card except the first one you draw in each of your draw steps, draw 2 cards instead.
Yeah.
Double down.
Why not? Yep.
And the final enchantment we've got here is Thought Reflection. 4 double blue. If you would draw a card, draw 2 instead.
Yeah.
I feel like I haven't seen this artwork.
I think that's the normal artwork, isn't it?
Is it?
Let's see. It is slightly altered from the normal artwork.
Oh, yeah, true. What I think is interesting personally is that they had someone named Chris Seaman draw 2 men in the sea. I find that very interesting, very entertaining personally.
Where are we going next here?
We'll do our sorcery. We'll end instant because there's actually some instants here. Slothy will be proud. We'll start it off with Days Undoing. 2 and a blue. Each player shuffles their hand and graveyard into the library, draws 7. If it's my turn, end the turn, which goes down to my end step. And yeah, I pay my life, get my vampires.
Yeah.
I don't know if you'd be able to pay your life in this. End the turn,
No.
exile all spells and abilities from the stack, discard down to your max hand size. So it goes to cleanup step.
Mm-hmm.
So no vampire payoff if you Days Undoing. Womp, womp, womp.
You want to remove it now, or
Nope. Still love it. I still like a nice reset.
Still 7 cards that you can draw.
Yep.
well, I guess it's 3, right? Instead of like what Echoes of Age of Eons or whatever it is, or Echoes of Aeons, is 5.
It's 6, but it's got a flashback for 3.
Mm.
But just Days Undoing is, I just like putting it in decks.
Yeah.
I like to reset it. It's very fun as well if you can be obnoxious and get this off really early in the game. Like an ideal situation is we like turn 1 land, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, turn 2 Days Undoing everyone else's hand away that they kept to try play. Can't mulligan that.
Interesting.
Can't mulligan that. Right. And then I'm sitting probably already 5 mana deep while everyone's searching for a second or third land because I've thrown away the hand they chose to keep.
That's true.
Yeah.
Turn 1 wins a change. Most frustrating play you can do. Love it.
I do have a Winds of Change. That's
If you roll first, and Brian often rolls first, and you drop 1 red mana Winds of Change, you'll it should be called Attitude Change because everyone's gonna have a different attitude for the rest of the game. That's one of my favorite turn 1 plays of all time because that is a true test of a deck. You get 0 mulligan after that, and everyone, they found a playable hand, they kept it, and you're like, nah, next. It's brutal. Turn 1 Winds of Change is I stand by it. I preach that gospel.
Mm-hmm.
It's a rough one.
That's good. I enjoy that.
You want to take this next one here, Brian?
Yeah, we got. I picked up actually a playset of these foil. Feed the Swarm, 1 in a black. Destroy target creature or enchantment an opponent controls. You lose life equal to that permanent's meta value.
I like that. That would be cool in foiling with that red.
Mm-hmm.
I like that hue.
Next up, we've got Predator's Hour. I'm going to pull that one up. That's small.
This is a
1 in
mean
a
card.
black. Until end of turn, creatures you control gain menace, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, exile the top card of that player's library face down. You may look at and play that card for as long as it remains exiled, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast that spell.
We get a lot of vampire tokens. I'm really underselling it. We get a lot.
And giving them menace too is
Gross.
gross. Yeah.
But again, just even if you getting hit with like 10/1/1s, that's painful, but whatever, right? Life's a resource. We move on.
Mhm.
But getting hit and getting 10 cards of your library exiled, it is quite a different story.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when we played, you were using one of the countdown dice for your vampires.
Oh yeah,
not countdown dice. Your
life counters. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I had in the game that Brian saw, I had over 90 vampires. It was pretty silly.
Oh geez.
The vampires get a little silly. An Anointed Procession would be good in the deck, but I really find you don't need it.
Yeah,
Always
fair.
get it.
Yeah, we've got a nice Preordain, just 1 mana, scry 2, draw a card. Great starter. I like it.
Yeah, lets you get that advantage point.
Yeah,
Yep.
right. This is how I won the game that Brian was in with it. Slothy, take it away.
Sure. We got Sickening Dreams, 1 in a black. As an additional cost to play it, discard X cards, and it deals X damage to each creature and each player.
Yep.
I don't know if I've seen this before, but I absolutely love that.
The
Oh, yeah.
Patriarch Dreams of Vile Plague.
It's again, you're lifelinking. You don't really care. You're gonna be above
You're-
everyone in life.
Yeah, you can just discard as many as the next highest.
Throwing away 40 cards. Anyone's played a discard deck. 40 cards is not that many cards to have in your hand.
Yeah.
I like that. 2 mana in the game, 40 damage to each creature, 40 damage to that. It's quite the board wipe, is all I'll say.
I have my Brash Taunter. 40 damage back to you, sir.
No, you'd be
Flanking
dead
bomb.
before that would happen, right? I
That's
put
very
in
true.
really quickly before we go into the instance. I put in all of the draw lands that are from. I think it's All Will Be One. Yeah, So Surgical Bay, Fair Basilica, and Dross Pits. I really like those cards. They enter tap. They tap for one of each of the colors, black, blue, white, and then like each individually, sorry. And then you pay the blue one, obviously, one and a blue, the white one and a white, and you just sack it, draw a card. I think it's just a nice utility land for late game when you're full of lands and looking for something to really fill your hand.
Actually, I don't think I've really looked at those. The spheres.
Yeah, they're kind of cool. Like I said, I've been using them. I think they're nice.
Obviously, you got to play a Reliquary Tower in a deck like this.
How could you not? How could you not, right?
I do like the Razortide Bridge, the indestructible tap lands.
I've been building with a lot of the more budget lands lately. Is it because I'm out of lands? Sure.
That's not the point.
It's not the point. Playing Arena has made me just realize that, tap lands aren't the end of the world.
Sunlit Marsh.
Especially when I'm so heavy with mana rocks, whatever. Being a turn or two behind when I'm already going to be a turn or two ahead.
Yeah.
I think it's, I find, since I've been doing this, I find that a lot of people are not as afraid of what I'm doing if I'm just dropping tap lands. If I'm playing duels, everyone's like, whoa, this deck's crazy budget. And it's like I'm playing like Ken with Group Hug. I'm just trying to tempting worm the table. It's garbage. But you know what I mean? I find that you don't feel like the threat if you're like, I'll idyllic beachfront. They're like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even when you're playing, like, here's my mana rocks, and they're like, all right.
Yeah. All right, Slothy, take us into our instance.
I would love to. First one we've got is Blue Sun Zenith, X triple blue. Target player draws X cards. Shuffle Blue Sun Zenith into its owner's library. Okay?
I find that one's just a staple, for me.
Yeah. So I love the cards that allow you to reuse them, like shuffle it back in.
Yeah.
The next instant we have here is Decoy Gambit, 2 and a blue. Instant, for each opponent, choose up to one target creature that player controls, then return that creature to its owner's hand, unless its controller has you draw a card.
That's not too bad.
We will distract them. The rest of you get out of here.
I like that one. It's kind of mean. We've got D-Spark. I love D-Spark. Exile target permanent with mana value 4 or greater. That one really, really puts in some work.
Yeah, I love all those Orzhov spells that let exile a permanent. I would try to use those over destroy any day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that deals really quickly. That deals a lot with it deals with your indestructible things, but big problem cards like your Smothering Ties that we mentioned earlier, those kind of things.
Speaking of destroy, we've got Disenchant, 1 and a white. Destroy target artifact or enchantment.
That's one card that you rarely ever see, and it's common. And no, I rarely ever see someone I disenchant that.
I love a good disenchant.
Artifact and enchantment removal's a must.
Right.
Then we have Dream Fracture, 1 and 2 blue. Counter target spell. Its controller draws a card. Draw a card.
Group Hug.
But you can't have your spell.
Yeah, right. We have a nice Fracture again, one of those Orzhov removal. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, or planeswalker. I like that.
Yeah. Then we've got Ink Shield, 3 white black. Prevent all combat damage that will be dealt to you this turn. For each 1 damage prevented this way, create a 2/1 white and black Inkling creature token with flying.
Daniel.
This is another one
that one out of me.
Oh?
Yeah, he's like, I feel like you have an Ink Shield, and then countered it.
I've got good threat assessment on that. On one of the, I think that was in one of the YouTube games.
Yeah.
I was just like, that's definitely an Ink Shield there. I saw what you had.
It was not fun.
Ink Shield's one of my favorite cards printed. I love Strixhaven.
Strixhaven, it's so good.
So
it was a really good set.
Are we going back to Arcavios next year?
I hope so.
I hope they give us the other dragons.
Yeah, right.
The next card on the list, though, is Opt. 1 blue, scry 1, then draw a card.
I like that. Yeah. Brian, I want you to take the next one, too.
So we have Tempest of Light, 2 and a... No. 2 and a white, destroy all enchantments.
I've really been packing destroy all enchantments in because of the play groups I play in. This is a 35-cent house. We've got 5 enchantments in here, and though I would be sad to lose any of them, I'm casting this when it's hurting.
This sucks against the Zank deck I built, which has 50 auras in it.
Wow.
Yikes. Shaklonk, yeah. Take this into area, Brian? Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
No.
That's
I'd
a
be
mean
upset
one.
with that.
This next one is a great game ender. Transcendent Message, X Quadra Blue with Convoke, draw X cards. And we've got so many tokens that's not really going to bug us.
Mm-hmm.
This can be an out of the blue, even if we only have a few. It's kind of fun if we can put like even just our commander is able to tap for a blue, and then have 3 blue up, just 3 blue. No one's going to be expecting that I'm going to draw 50 cards with that up.
That's very true. I really enjoyed this because I did play this card in Ovika. Same thing with all those goblins.
Yeah. Like it's a really, really cool card. And I bet Novika the same thing, powerhouse, because you make so many goblins so fast. Comes out of nowhere.
And that's kind of why I switched up to Saruman. Just making one big token rather than so many other ones, because I feel like it's more exploitable with like Goblin Bombardment and the other red enchantments whenever creatures come into play deal that much damage.
Yeah. We have our Utter End as well. I just wanted to take this one because I love it. I love Zurgo. It's 2/1 white 1 black for exile target non-land permanent. Again, just a great staple when you've got them sitting around.
Mm-hmm.
I came seeking a challenge. All I found was you. Slothy, you got this last one here.
Sure. The last card here is Your Temple is under attack. 2 and a white. You can choose one. You can pray for protection. Creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn. Or you can strike a deal to have you and target opponent each draw 2 cards.
Little group hug.
Say what?
Have you not seen this one?
No.
This is
good.
This has been one of my staple instances for a while. This was from that Baldur's Gate stuff we were talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's tons of them.
Have to, yeah.
There, again, it's a nothing cost, right? And you live to make your creatures indestructible. I know that. You love to live through a board wipe.
Mm-hmm.
That gets you going. And in a worst case, like I said, you and target opponent each draw 2 cards. Really good way to politics your way around and just say like, hey, I'll help you out, but don't swing at me.
And this one's kind of nice with Alms Collector too.
That's funny.
Your opponent draws 1, you draw 3.
You could put a Notion Thief in here too. That would also be mean.
Yeah. Hull Breacher. Oh, wait.
Oh, I think Connor had that.
Yeah. Notion Thief was
he's
mean.
played his band deck.
Yeah, the first game we played yesterday was Connor and my brother was testing a full no ban list commander.
Yeah.
And dropping Power 9 nonsense on the table with it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we got time walked. We got, I think it was 2 Mox, a land. Pretty sure he hit two Mox, a land, Black Lotus, and a Prime Titan.
Yeah.
In like an opener, and then time walked us.
Nice.
It was pretty gross.
That's disgusting.
I don't mind Prime Titan. I still don't think it should be banned, but maybe when you have Black Lotus mana available, maybe I could see its problem. That the turn 1 Primeval Titan was quite an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's like I said, this has been a really fun deck through and through to play. It's very upgradable from what I have. You don't have to, even like I said, removing Sholdred, removing Linden, just 1 or 2 things. An Aether Flux is great in it. You've got so much life, Anointed Procession. Like there's lots of different things you could go. You could make it more life gain. You could make it more Vampire Matters. But
yeah,
I just really, really liked this one. This one was just a blast to play.
It seems like you're having a good time piloting it there when we were out.
Oh yeah. I live to draw. And enter the battlefield.
Mm-hmm.
And although I'm not entering the battlefield here, I am certainly drawing.
Yeah.
Every turn.
Do you see what I named this deck, Brian?
Sorry?
Did you see what I named it?
Vampiric drawing.
Vampiric drawings. I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely do have good names for your decks. I'm not gonna lie.
I try. We try.
It's the hardest part of every deck. It's like when you're building a character in an RPG. Hardest part's naming it.
Yeah, right.
Bob. I now name you Bob.
My solo character in Baldur's Gate's name is Munkle Sarah.
All right.
That's funny. I really like that. But yeah, no, this is my deck. This is probably one of the ones I'm going to come out to face with because it's a bit of a stronger deck. The problem with this one is it's kind of hard to tone it down when everything goes so silly with draw, right? Like you got a lot. So
Gotta blow up those mana rocks.
yeah, Vandal Blast away, brother. Then your only worry is the 6/6 Sphinx hitting you every turn. You pack in.
I had to put up with that the other time.
Yeah, pack Vandal Blast and pack a flyer.
Back Gaddock Teague and problem solved.
Yeah, you're not wrong there. I do love Gaddock Teague. But yeah, no, we'll end there. I do want to know, like, what would you have put into this? Like, do you think this is a fun list? And there's my outro music button. Yeah, let me know what you would do with this. If you are in Alberta and close or Calgary, we are going to be playing at the face-to-face and stuff. We'll be there for the weekend, having a great time. We're going to do some stream games, at least 2 of the days, I would say. So come play. It'll be fun. You can come beat me on stream. It's a good time. It's fun. We can all together join forces and make Brian die first, as was intended. It
has to be the other way.
As was intended. Yeah, no, it's a great time. Come out and meet us. It'll be a good time. Brian, what's our promo code for that?
We don't have that yet.
We don't have that yet. Well, we'll find one.
No. Yeah.
We'll get one. We really gotta talk to them better. Yeah.
We do have a promo code for, however, is this proxy shop.
Yeah,
use the code IT99, you'll get some money off.
Yeah, if you want to get some of the shoulders and you don't want to pay $100 for a shoulder, I get it. Me neither. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's definitely a good spot. Like, share, subscribe our stuff. If you want to come talk decks with us, Patreon is the place to do it. This is going to be on Patreon for 2-3 weeks before that's out for everything. So yeah, everyone, we're doing lots of early access stuff. So come join us there. Come chat decks. It's a really, really good time. And yeah, we will see everyone next week, kind of thing. And yeah, bye-bye.
Yeah. And thank you to Strange Ronin Whipsaw and Thunder Emperor Command.
I think there was a few more too, wasn't there?
Yeah, we can't forget about Calvinist Prime.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, here's the gentleman that signed up there last week.
Yeah. Definitely come hang out on Patreon. And that's the end. Bye-bye.
Toodles.
Peace.